Hello, dear people. Welcome to grad school. So, I am taking the best RC passage of the week, the best pick of the week, and then bringing it to you. So, let's check out the passage. This passage has a flash Kincaid grade scale of 13.8 to 14.3 based on various parameters. So, this is a very highly relevant passage for CAT. The genre is like scientific. It's historical science, like scientific explorations and stuff. And Let me tell you this: the passage is not really difficult, but if you have a clear idea of navigation, it will be very simple for you. We have taken this passage only because the accuracy rate in this passage, like on the questions profiling this passage, has been very low. So every week in this series, we will take the passage in which the accuracy rate is the most low, and we will explain it here. So without wasting time, let me get into the passage. What does the passage say? 4,000 years ago, when urban civilization lived and traded on what is now the border between Pakistan and India, during the past century, thousands of artifacts bearing hieroglyphics left by this prehistoric people have been discovered. Today, a team of Indian and American researchers are using mathematics and computer science to try to piece together information about the still unknown student. So, what is the core idea here? Core idea is people are trying to figure out a script, unknown script that was left by people who lived in the borders between India and Pakistan. Uh, this script, how did we get the script? So during historical excavations, there were a lots of artifacts that had this hieroglyphics, that writing, that engravings in it. Okay, so that is what this paragraph is talking about. Now let's look into the second paragraph. Team led by a University of Washington researcher has used computers to extract patterns in ancient Indus symbols. The study shows that distinct patterns in the symbols placement in sequences and create a statistical model for the unknown change. No, no. What they are saying is that in the first paragraph, they told that they are trying to figure it out. Now, what they're saying is that they are trying to build a statistical knowledge in the repeating pattern, the exact patterns of ancient uh, symbols using computers. They're making a statistical knowledge. So, how they are doing it is the core idea of this paragraph. Let's move on. The statistical model provides insight to the underlying grammatical structure of the Indus script. So, what is this statistical model giving an insight to? What is it looking into? It is looking into the underlying grammatical structure. Like there might be a grammatical structure, so that might like it's not yet proven, right? There is no place that is said. Like people are trying to figure it out. So it might be pointing out this. Okay, fine. Said the lead author Rajesh Rao, a UW Associate Professor of Computer Science. Symbol can be valuable for decipherment because any meaning ascribed to a symbol must make sense in the context of symbols that precede or follow it. Now, they're saying that they're like taking out the symbols, making a statistical knowledge. That will be really, really helpful for the decipher funnel, breaking down the unknown script because you can't place a random symbol. This random symbol, this random symbol now should make meaning to the symbol that is before that and that is after that. Like if you write calm in Hindi, let's say this symbol is supposed to make sense to this and this, like if it is a language, right? So according to the statistical model, that would be a great help. That's fine. Despite dozens of attempts, nobody has yet deciphered the Indus script. Okay, they are still attempting. No result, no solid results. Okay, fine. The symbols are found in tiny seals, tablets, and amulets left by people inhabiting Indus Valley from 2600 to 1900 BC. So they're saying that what kind of artifacts, like in what kind of artifacts were the symbols found in? Each artifact is inscribed with a sequence that is typically 5 to 6 symbols long. So they say that each artifact had only 5 or 6 symbols, and that was the level of like inscription in that symbol. Okay, fine. So this passage is like more of a modus operandi, and findings is like modus operandi, right? It is like modus operandi means how they are doing it, and what significance it has. So that is modus operandi of this. So I have a good sense of the all the three passages right now. Let's move on now. Some people have questioned whether the symbols represent a language at all or are merely pictograms of political or religious icons. Many people are very evidence driven. So they said, like, is this really a language? Or is this some sort of pictorial representations of politics or religion? That can also be this, right? It's a manuscript, it has engraving the set of pictures. But will it be really a language? Will it be really a language? It can be pictograms also. It can be pictorial representations also. Okay, fine. The new study looks for mathematical patterns in the sequence of symbols. No, 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 no. Like after this, the next part of the study, what they're doing, symbols has a sequence. So they're looking for the mathematical patterns. Okay, what is the mathematical patterns? Calculations show that the order of symbols is meaningful. So according to these calculations, they are saying that the order of the symbols is not random. It's really meaningful. Okay, fine. Taking one symbol from a sequence found in an artifact and changing its position produces a new sequence that has much lower probability belonging to the hypothetical language. Like you take an artifact, take a symbol, put it somewhere in random, that has a very low sense of making sense, like chance of making sense. So that has a very lower probability of belonging to the hypothetical language. Why it is called the hypothetical language? Because we don't have solid evidence, right? So it is a hypothetical language. It can be a hypothetical language. Like it's even we're not sure. We're analyzing it. The tone is analytical till now. There's no emotions. It's scientific and analytical. The author is describing the science behind all the things that is being happened. Okay, fine. Author said that the presence of such distinct rules for sequencing symbols provides further support for the group's previous findings, reported of earlier this year in the journal Science, saying that the unknown script might represent a language. These results give us confidence that there is a clear underlying logic in this writing. So, a bit of a good news, right? So, this mathematical sequencing, they're saying that this kind of sequencing is saying that this is giving us support. What is a support? Like in grammar, there are some certain set of rules. When you're writing, also there are certain set of rules. So, like this not being random, that's not being random. What is this saying? Like this is pointing out that this might be a language. Okay. No evidence also like pointing, but cannot say for sure. Till now, we cannot say for sure. Okay, fine. Seals with sequences of Indus symbols have been found as far away as West Asia in the region historically known as Mesopotamia and the site of modern day Iraq. So, seals with these kind of sequences symbols has been found in the other parts of the world. Let's see. The statistical results show that the West Asian sequences are ordered differently from the sequences on artifacts found in the Indus Valley. Now they are saying that arrangement in the things. This is differently ordered, not same kind of ordering. This support earlier theories that the script may have been used by Indus traders in West Asia to represent different information compared to Indus region. So, like he also already say that the order is different. That's fine. And now, what is he saying? He's saying that this might have been used by Indus traders in West Asia. That there would be people like no. In the initial paragraph, they say that there have been trading, like lived and traded, right? So they are saying that the Indus traders who were living in that part of the world would have used it to communicate something else. Huh? Information compared to Indus region, right? Finding that the Indus script may have been versatile enough to represent different subject matter in West Asia is provocative. This finding is hard to reconcile with the claim that the script merely represents religion or Bulgaria. Like it has been found in more than one place of the world. So it's mere politics, religious or political. Like it's hard to believe that, right? If it was mere politics, like somebody, like if it was mere politics or religious, why would somebody in the other part of the world would do like similar symbols with different sequence? So they're trying to communicate something, right? So that is why it is hard to believe that. What it is a mere picture. We don't have real evidence, but it's hard to reconcile with that. Okay, fine. The researchers used a Markov model, a statistical method. Like so, these are all evidence. Like these are all evidence pointing out that this manuscript, like all the last two paragraphs, was evidence pointing out that manuscript can be a language. We are not sure. We don't have any sort of solid evidence. all the evidence points in that direction. Till now, we're clear, right? Let's look at the last paragraph. Researchers use the Markov model, a statistical method that estimates the likelihood of a future event based on past patterns. So now they're talking about how they did their research. What is the model they used? They're saying that the researchers used a Markov model. Okay, what is a Markov model? It's a statistical method. Like you have the past data and then you're going to predict the future. That is called the Markov model. Okay, fine. This method was first developed by Russian mathematician Andrei Markov a century ago and is increasingly used in economics, genetics, speech recognition, and other fields. So he's just talking about the Markov model. Like, so this is also like the model that he used. Not the models of operandi, maybe a bit specified models. Like what is the model he's using? Okay, fine. So not much. Just pointing out there is a confusion whether this is a language or a language. There are evidences that are pointing out this might be a language. There is no solid evidence. The author has no emotion towards this. He's just analyzing the passage. Everything good and dusted. Let's look into the questions. According to the passage, which of the following strongly supports the claim that the interscript is a language? Okay. According to the passage, which strongly supports the claim that okay, now this is what? This is a local question. This is a local question. You have to pick the answer from the passage. That data would be there in the passage. You would have retained enough. Like if you're not retained enough, you can always go back to the passage for the local questions. You don't need confusion, right? So let's see. Like we have to pick up the strongest claim that suggests that indescript is a language. Let's see. Presence of distinct rules and indus symbols on the seals and amulets left by people after 1900 BC. Okay, I am going to eliminate this on the basis of this because it's not after 1900 BC. Here you see, right? The people, they were right, were like 2600 to 1900 BC. It's not after 1900 BC, right? So the year mentioned is wrong. This option is eliminated. The presence of symbols found in Mesopotamia. Okay, symbols were found in Mesopotamia. How does that give us substantiating claim that my language, that my script is a language? Bullshit. No, silly utter nonsense. Doesn't give me a strong claim. I'm gonna eliminate it. The order of the sequence of the artifacts found in West Asia was different as compared to those in Indus Valley. Lot of sequences on the artifacts found in it. Yeah, I told you, right? When people in the different parts of the world are using it to communicate, then it is not a mere pictogram. It can be a language, right? This is a solid claim. So I'm gonna park my option here. I'm gonna park my option. I'm gonna select my option. I'm gonna park my option, and then I'm going to look for better options if they're there, or else I'll come back and select this. Changing the position of a symbol on a sequence make the new sequence more meaningful. It's contradicting the passage when they said that when they tried to change the sequence, it made no sense. So this is mere contradiction. So C is my answer. The correct answer would be C. Now let's check out the second question. The researcher's claim is based upon all the following exemptions except. So let me tell you what is assumption. Assumption is that author's belief. Assumption is author's belief. Assumption is author's belief. When I say Achilles fat is unhealthy, like I'm an author, I'm saying in my passage that Achilles fat, he is unhealthy. So I should already have a belief, an assumption that fat people are unhealthy. I should have an assumption that fat people are unhealthy. So this will not be obviously stated, but would be a belief, that a strong belief, a substantial belief. So let's look at the belief. Language has to have a structure. Okay, now what we want to do is want to pick which cannot be the belief. Language has to have a structure. Like everything is based on structure here. So if the author is not believing, if the researchers are not believing that there would be no structure for language, then this entire discussion would not be in question, right? So A is not my option. There is a clear underlying logic in Indus writings. That is what we are trying to prove, bro. That is the entire thing that has been discussed in the passage. So it's a claim. It's a claim. We're trying to prove it. We're trying to prove it. So this is not an assumption. This will be my correct answer, I guess, but I'm still looking for the other options because I want to. The Markov model is reasonably accurate in identifying patterns and sequences symbols. This can be also true as a, if it is not reasonably accurate, if it is nonsense, why would I use that model? There are numerous other models in the world, right? Why should I use this? I won't use it, right? So this is also a good assumption. This is also a solid assumption that is in favor. So we are eliminating this also because we want to find except assumption. Evidence of rules in creating the sequence is an indicator that the sequences are part of a language script. Evidence and rules creating the sequences is an indicator that they see if there are rules and they create like if there are evidence that points towards the rule, then like let me tell you this. Like if there are evidence that create sequences is an indicator, huh? Then that is a language script. That is a solid assumption, right? If I get evidence, like creating the sequence is an indicator for the sequence that it's a language script. See, part of a language script, then that is also a solid assumption. So my right answer would be B. Like if I don't believe that there are sequences and it is an indicator, then I cannot do the research, right? Right, guys? So B is my correct answer. Let's look at C. The suitable title of the passage would be wow. Now I have got a local question. The second one is logical question, right? We have to reason here. You have to assay. Good. Now the second one, third one. Let's see. Title. Oh, a global question, a big picture question. Let's see. Suitable title. Indus Valley script. Too narrow. Too narrow. It was not only talking about the script. It was talking about various models, various things. So it's not that. Statistics and Indus Valley language. Why only statistics? There were mathematical models. There were computers. There was other things as well. So narrow still not the best option. I'm going to eliminate this also. Like I'm not solidly eliminating. I'm parking it here. Let me try. I'm going to try to park it here if I have a better option. Unraveling language through mathematical models. Why only mathematical models? There were statistical models, there were computers, and unraveling. You know what is unraveling? Like let's say a note is all turn up and then you're undoing the note. Unraveling, very poor choice of word. This is also not my option. Technology attempts to crack an ancient script. Isn't that the whole passage? It's not about the Indus Valley language because language is an extreme thing. We're trying to prove whether it's a language. We got a script and technology is trying to crack it. That's the best option I can have here. So D would be my best option. Ta-da! Now, let's look at the next one. Based on the passage, which of the following most strongly supports the claim? So claim that the Indus symbols represent a language rather than mere. So now I have to pick up what a strong claim that support that Indus, like the Indus symbols is a language and not a pictogram. It's not just mere pictorial representation, but a language. Let's see. The wide geographical spread of Indus seals, including findings in West Asia, indicates that the Indus symbols were used extensively in trade related to context across regions. Geographical spread in the seal findings in West Asia indicates that the symbols were used. Okay, that is all cool, but how does this prove directly that it's a language? It's not the best bulb. It's not the brightest bulb. Let's see. It's not the. It's not that. Like the industry in the seal subspread. Okay, fine. I mean that that blue that support the claim that it's a language. No. Let's see next one. Presence of statistically significant ordering rules in symbol sequence suggests constraints similar to grammatical structure rather than arbitrary or decorative placement. So, what does this option say? That the rules, the statistic rules, constraint, they are saying that it is similar to grammatical structure rather than a decorative or a like peripheral or arbitrary thing. So this can be my answer. This is a strong claim. This can be my answer. Let me go to the other options as well. Other advanced computational tools and Markov models demonstrate that modern scientific methods can uncover hidden meanings in ancient text. Good for the tools and Markov models. How can that prove that my script is a language? No, alien concept. I don't want this. The fact that each artifact contains a limited number of symbols implies intentional design, which is a characteristic of early written communication. Early written communication and its characteristics were nowhere discussed. It's an alien concept. It's not a substantiating claim. So B. So B would be my answer. B would be my answer. Huh? Right. Right. So B would be my answer. So that is all. And let me tell you guys, GRADSCALE is a daily drill because CAT doesn't reward talent, it rewards consistency. The person who practices the most, who has a consistent schedule, is the most likely the person who gets a top score. You get it for as low as 9 rupees. So just check the link in the description and join grad school. Kudos, guys.